In this video, I want to talk about the graphics library. You will see that the library functionality is identical between Toolkit and the previous platform, but there were some new features that were introduced late last year in the fall of 2013 that I think you might be interested in. So first off, let's compare the old platform with the new. So here we are on the old platform. We click on Library, and up pops all these graphics in my library. And I'm going to come back to this in a minute and show you some of the new functionality. But first off, as is my wont, I'm going to show you that it works just the same way in Toolkit. Here we are in Toolkit. Big difference is library gets its own button. It's one of the big four. The four horsemen of Constant Contact is library. So I'm going to click on that. And up comes the library. Now there's only one graphic in here. This is a test account that I'm working with. And so I'm just going to switch back and forth very quickly to show you this is what it looks like in Toolkit, and this is what it looks like in the existing platform, and here's Toolkit and an existing platform, and so on and so forth. You can see that it's identical. The only difference is the wrapper around it. Now I'm going to go back to my existing account here and show you some of the new features. Okay, first off, you see here there's sort of a quick thumbnail organization of what are images, what are documents. This is a PDF file. You see it right here that I have uploaded. So you can upload any kind of digital file up to this. I say any kind. I assume you could put video there. I'm not sure why you would. It would suck up a bunch of your 250 megabytes worth of space, but I'm guessing that you could put any kind of file up there you wanted. And this also shows you where did they come from, and all of the files that are in my library have all been uploaded from my computer. Now another new feature is that you can create folders and organize your graphic files into various folders. I have not done that, and I haven't seen the use in it just yet, but I can see where you might want to organize things if you had a lot more images than I have. Up here you can see how much of your 250 megabytes worth of storage you're using. Here you're accustomed to uploading from your computer, but I want to show you here, so let's just click on Upload from Computer, and you see what you're accustomed to. You can drag and drop photos in here if you want, or you can click here to browse your hard drive and decide what you want to upload. So that's nothing new. I don't think anybody's amazed with that, but here's something pretty cool. You can now import graphics from Facebook and Instagram, and it works kind of auto-magically. It takes, depending on how many photos you have in there, it could take quite a bit of time. But you don't have to like download it from Facebook onto your hard drive and then upload it into Constant Contact. You can pull them right in here. I have a zillion photographs on Facebook, not so many on Instagram, but I can tell you that if you do have a lot of photographs on either or both platforms, it will take some time to bring it in. But you can kind of let that run in the background while you're doing something else on your computer, because it's not using up any of your bandwidth, any of your hard drive, any of your processing power. Now, here's another area. Constant Contact has a fairly new relationship with Big Stock, the stock photo house, and they've got over 12 million pro stock photos. And then you notice here, or free gallery. Now you say, free gallery? Great, where do I find those free photos? I don't see free as a category here. I don't know what's going on. And I can tell you, I searched by the word free and I didn't come up with anything there either. So what I did was I called my people at Constant Contact HQ up there in Massachusetts, and they said, oh, here's how you find free stuff. First, you got to choose what category you want. So you click on a category. Computers, of course, is my favorite category. And we notice here, if we're under Pro Images, Pro means you have to pay. Pro means you get paid. So that's why those are Pro Images. 187,923 results. That's great, but they're $8 each. Now, you could get these photos for less from Big Stock, depending upon what sort of a subscription you had with them, etc., etc. Of course, you'd have to go to that site, you'd have to pay for the subscription, you'd have to search there, whatever. You may think that $8 is a little steep. I think it's a little steep, but then when you consider the fact that there's 187,923 computer photos right here that I can choose from, and all I got to do is pay $8 and I get the one I want to put in my email. Could be worth the convenience factor. Now, if you're looking for free images, again, first you would have to choose what category you wanted to search in. Then you click on free images, and if you'll notice, we go from 187,923 to 81. Yes, there was a rather precipitous drop there in the number of images, but even so, there's some good stuff in here, and there are 81 of them, and you may well be able to find what you need and something you can use here in this list. So that's a pretty good deal. There's 81 in that category, and you know, there's all kinds of categories, so there's got to be hundreds and hundreds of free images in here that you can use, and it's all part of your membership if you have Essentials, Ultimate, or if you're paying for the library functionality in addition to your basic. So let me show you one last thing here before we go. I'm going to click on this image here and show you that you get a lot more information now surrounding your image. Tells you the exact dimensions, how many kilobytes size it is, what file type it is. This looks like a video. It's just a screenshot of a video player, and that's why it looks like that. It's not in any particular folder, but if I had created folders, I could add them there. I can create alt text. If you don't know what that is, it has to do with SEO. I'm not going to explain. You can change what the name of the image is. You can also delete it from here, but probably the coolest thing is there's a little bit of editing that you can now do right within Constant Contact. And again, I'm not going to go through every one of these things, but there's a number of things you can do. You can put some text on top. You can sharpen it up, make a little bit of color changes and that kind of thing. And I think that's pretty, make a number of color changes and that kind of thing. And I think that's pretty cool. So one last point I just want to make. You get all this functionality. You've got the ability to draw in your photographs from your hard drive, from Big Stock, from your social platforms. This library functionality allows you to gather all of your photos into one place to use them in Constant Contact or use them elsewhere. You may well have other projects that you want to use them on, and this is a great repository that allows you to load up to 250 megabytes. It shows here that I've got 80 graphics, and that's 4 megabytes. So I would say then, 60 times that, I could get somewhere around 500 images in here before I was busting the 250 megabyte threshold. So that's how Image Library works, and as I mentioned, it's identical in the new Toolkit.